Anyone for a little live? I've never done this before. This is going to be fun. I've never actually done a live before, and I don't know if I'm talking to myself right now because I can't see if anybody's in or not because the camera's a bit laggy. This is going to be terribly fun. I'm actually looking forward to talking to you all. I usually do this over on Instagram, to be fair. Do all right over on Instagram, so I'm hoping a few people will jump in and obviously join the live. I don't know if anybody's actually in at the moment, but I hope you are, and I hope you can see the big hairy face. But hello, how you doing? How is everybody? It's been a little bit of a minute, so how are we? I bet everyone wondering where I've been. I've been wondering where I've been. I've been wondering, where have I been? I don't know where I've been. But how are we doing? I see people are joining. It's nice. It's nice. I've missed you. I've missed you terribly. So I'm jumping in today just to talk to you about what's going on. So I hope everybody is well first and foremost. I'm all right. I'm here. I haven't been very well. North Florida is in. My ex-lover has a great life because of you. Thank you so much. I actually blew you a kiss then. How romantic of me was that? Ella, my daughter is in here. How you doing? Right, so thank you all for jumping in. I didn't know if anybody would join. I really didn't know. Sort of a massive group hug. Let's hug it out. How we all been? It's nice. The chat's working now. I can see people are in. So I want to just have a little bit of a natter about what's been going on. So in my last upload, you might have seen that I did mention I was going to take a bit of a break. I needed a bit of a break. I had my fair share of internet trolls. And because I'm very much myself and I'm not playing a character, I'm just being me, I kind of took it a bit personal. I got a little bit butthurt by it, a little bit upset by it, to be honest with you. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a bit of a break, going to regather my thoughts, and I'm going to kind of come back, a bit like a Netflix series, when it finishes a little bit of a break and you get a new series. That was kind of like what I wanted to do. And it also going to give me a bit of time to work on other things that I was working on for Frankie's Aquatics. I've got a lot of side projects that I was hoping to work on. That I obviously never had the time to kind of do. Because even when I'm not on the stage, I'm not on the big platform, I do still have a lot of things to work on. Frankie's Aquatics doesn't just stop because I'm not in front of the camera. So I don't want to take a bit of time, a bit of a breather, and then kind of come back swinging. And I took a little bit of a break. Never get sick, do I? And then I literally fell down with the worst man cold or man flu, whatever you want to label it to make us feel silly. The worst case of it ever. I felt dreadful. I felt absolutely dreadful. So I was just like, typical. I actually decided to take a week or two off and actually fall sick. So I was sick and I had to actually rest, which I don't do very well. I'm very much a busybody. I do kind of keep myself busy. And yeah, it was strange to actually have to sit and do nothing. I was twiddling my thumbs in bed. I just took a massive step away just to kind of recover. And then I started to feel better again. I was already anticipating starting up straight away on my podcast. Don't know if many of you have seen the podcast or listened to the podcast. I didn't see a podcast, do you? Listen to it. Yes, listen to the podcast. It was going really good, so I was looking forward to getting back out and do a podcast. And then unfortunately I had, without going into too many details, I had a family bereavement. Something very unexpected kind of happened, which kind of threw everything on top of its head. Still quite fresh, still really, really new, and it just happened. But a long story, a little bit shorter, my stepsister had been suffering with cancer for many years. And she passed away last week, and I still haven't quite got my head around that, and it's kind of thrown everything upside down. I haven't really spoke about that publicly. I know she used to watch my videos, so I am going to give her a little bit of a farewell send-off in one of my videos. But I dare you to give him a hug. Who's saying this? Who's talking? Oh, Nick's on. That's my brother from another mother. What are you doing on here? Bye, by the way. I dare you to go and give him a hug. Someone's daring you. Al, you got to come down and give me a snuggle now. Yeah, so my stepsister passed away. Now, she was terminally ill with cancer for a good few years, bless her. And although we kind of knew that she wasn't well, it still kind of hit. And it kind of caught the whole family off guard. And it's kind of been a little bit of a... kind of getting my head around that, to be honest. It's kind of been... that's been the biggest part. Being ill is one thing, but seeing... or hearing of the news of someone passing, that so we had a lot of things to catch up on in life. Yeah, I don't want to go into the details, so I'll get upset. I'm a right soppy sock. But yeah, it kind of threw it again. So I just thought, you know what? I need to still take a bit of a break. If I come back now, I'm only going to crash again. I don't need that. So I took a bit of a step back again, and I'm pleased to say I have bloody missed you. I've missed you all so much. So much so that next week, Monday, I'm going to do a podcast. I know not everybody's into the podcast. I know I'm a little bit sweary on the podcast as well, which not everybody approves of. It's not family friendly at all. But there's going to be a podcast coming out on Monday. The following week on the Monday, I'll be back to normality with my YouTube videos. So I will be back. I've already got 2 videos sort of in the making right now. I usually work on the video and release it at the end of the week. Work on it, release. I don't kind of have videos backed up because I think they get a little bit boring when people do that. So I'm very much in the moment sort of a guy. And I'm very much looking forward to getting back in front of the camera and someone's coming to give me a hug because someone dared to. I think people, come on, get us hug then. There she is. That's Ella that's kind of on the chat and just, yeah, there she is. Anything to say to the people while you're here?
Hello.
Is that it? That's all we've got?
Yeah.
That's all she's got, just a hello. But yeah, she's always there. She's always on my streams. But you're a good spud, aren't you? She's a good one. I've got the dog down here as well. Just hello to the dog. See ya. See ya.
She was asleep.
Come say hello to the peoples. Come say hello to the peoples. Look at the peoples. Okay then. Here's a snuggle.
Bye.
Love ya. Well, who dared you anyway? I'm quite intrigued. Let's have a look. Everyone's saying hello to you. That's hilarious. Oh, anyway.
I'll be upstairs on the chat.
Okay, sweet. I love you.
Love you.
So there you go, that's Ella. So, in the space of, is it 4 weeks I've had off from YouTube? 3 weeks, 4 weeks? I find myself kind of twiddling my thumbs a little bit, wondering what to do. Got loads of ideas, got loads of new content. I've actually recorded a little bit of stuff outside of the house as well, because we've been allowed to go outside of the place, obviously with restrictions in place. But it's been, I like to keep busy. I like to be busy, me. I like to keep myself constantly kind of working, and that's when I'm at my best. And I've definitely learned that. If anything, this break's just solidified the fact of how much I need this. I love what I do. I really do love what I do. I feel so blessed to do what I do. And I've missed you all terribly. And I've had so many messages. I literally stepped away from everything for 2 weeks. And I came back to over 1,000 messages, which was absolutely amazing. So if you have messaged me or emailed me over this space of that I had a break, I will be getting back to you. I literally sat there for 2 hours today, replying back to all my messages. And I'm literally 2 weeks behind on replying to messages. So if you have messaged me, I'd never, ever, ever ignore you. I'll always get back to you. It just takes a little bit of time. Anyway, let's have a little look at what people are saying in the old chatteroony. A lot of people are saying hello to Ella. That's completely valid. Take your time. Thank you very much. You should join some of your dad's YouTube videos. She's been on a few, you know. Phoebe, my youngest, she's been in one. Josh Gatecrashed one a long time ago, and that's my son. And yeah, Ella's been on one or two. She's definitely out there. You just got to look through the videos. How big is your biggest axolotl, and how old? Oh, that's gone. Where's that gone? Disappeared. Oh, the chat's gone all a bit weird. My internet went a bit weird then, and I've lost a few comments there, so I apologise. The last one I can see is actually from Nick, who's my best mate in the whole world. That's my brother from another mother, and he's saying, I'm watching you and having a Greggs. Don't tell Jem. I won't say nothing. No mention. No, my wife's got a vendetta against Greggs for some reason. I won't say no. So yeah, this is just basically a really quick live, the first live I've actually done here on YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to upload it. Don't know about that. What do you think? Do you think I should upload it and just have it on there so people can see what's going on? Or do you think it's best I just leave it as a live? I don't really know. I might upload it for a little bit. I don't want to keep it on the channel permanently, but I might pop it up there for a little bit. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch base because I've had so many people reaching out concerned because obviously they either haven't seen the last video that I did, or weren't quite anticipating me to have a break this quickly. But it kind of happened when it needed to happen. I think the reason I never get ill is because I never stopped to get ill. And I think the moment I decided to take a bit of a step back and a bit of a breather, it really hit, and I was really quite ill with it. And I'm not one to complain about being sick or being ill, but I was pretty dreadful. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty bad. And then obviously on the back of that, I had the whole family situation going on. So it's been a testing few weeks. But like I said just a minute ago, if anything, all it's done is taught me how much this actually means to me, and how much you people, how kind-hearted you all are, how supportive you all are, and how genuinely fantastic you all are. You're a great bunch, and I'm so grateful. If this channel never grows a single subscriber again, I'm so humbled and grateful for the connect that I've got with you guys. You really are a unique bunch, and I love the community that we're building. I love it. I think we're so lucky to be part of it's still fairly a new community, the axolotl community. It's a very small community compared to, say, the reptile community and stuff like that, but it's a beautiful community and one that we're all contributing to. And I think we're all humbled and I feel very humbled and very blessed to be part of it. And the fact that you guys come along and support the channel, and support the movement and just believe in me, really. It's nice when someone believes in you. I believe in myself. That is blowing my own trumpet. I do believe in myself, but you know when somebody else believes in you and they go, I believe in you, and they give you that little boost that you need. When my sister passed away, I received this one message that was basically kind of really hit me in the feels of somebody just basically saying that they felt like if they were to meet me in real life, they'd get on with me. They says, you're really personable in your videos and I really enjoy your content. And I really do feel that if we were to meet and like have a pint at the pub, let's say, I think we'd be best buddies. And I like that because that's what I try to do. I'm just being me. And if you guys pick up on that and appreciate that and respect that, then I have nothing but love and respect for that. So thank you all so much for jumping in, and thank you all so much for supporting. It's been a great journey. It's been a year and a half, a year and 3/4, give or take the odd lockdown every now and again. And I feel so great to have you guys supporting in my corner. So thank you all so much for just being amazing. And I think some comments are now pinging through. Right, let me have a little look. my little girl's supported in the corner. I love it. Ricey says, how did you reinforce your rack behind you? I have the same one, but used only the single plywood sheet, which is now bowing. Yeah, they do bow. So the trick is, I'm probably going to bore a few people here, but I'll go into it very briefly. So the racking system behind me is designed to hold twice as much weight as it's holding. It's the biggest and most strongest in regards to stability, the one that the company actually sold. I did lots of back and forth conversation with the company first. Now they were like, you'll be fine. But I noticed, just like you just said yourself, over time, the shelves do slightly bow, which if you're keeping a hamster on there or books on there or whatever else on there, it would be absolutely fine. But obviously with a fish tank or an aquarium, the last thing you want is a bowing shelf. So what I've had to do, if you look, these are actually trebled up. So I've got 3 lots of plywood going through here. I've got 2 lots of stabilities here. So that's not just one plank, there's another one directly behind that there. And in the center, where there's 1 bar of support, there's actually 2 that I put in for both. So you might be able to see that one. So there's 2 bars in that one, 2 bars in that one. And then I've put extra support on each side of here as well, just to basically strengthen that structure. That's what I've done. The best way I can, and then obviously, because obviously it's wooden floors here, hence the squeaky floorboards and the wobbliness. I've put extra floorboards directly underneath the rack as well. So I've basically leveled it the best I can, and then it's obviously got polystyrene sheets as well. A lot of people get weirded out by those. But the polystyrene sheets here are just to kind of give a little bit for the slight lean that I have got, because the house that I'm in is quite old. So yeah, it kind of covers every avenue really. Simply Niche says, Ella, you're so lucky. If you ever needed help with anything, you have your dad. Especially when you have fish questions. She's really good with fish as well. She keeps betters herself, don't you, Ella? And she's actually quite the wizard with them. She is the wizard. Thanks for that. That's brilliant. Sorry for boring anyone. No, absolutely, I get it. Because believe me, I nearly took it all out and started again. When I very first bought these and I built them and it was still a bit wobbly, I was a bit like, I don't trust them. But I spoke to the company and they absolutely assured me that they can hold the weight. They even showed me a video of a car running over them, and they didn't bow at all. Like the actual shelf itself didn't bow. And then obviously I've used my own. I basically bought, there's 2 racks there as you can see, but I bought 3. And I basically used the parts of the 3rd rack to strengthen these 2. So they are pretty sturdy, but they're not, I'll be honest, they're not exactly ideal. I would like to go with, I'm thinking about doing it for YouTube. I'm going to do the breeze block idea, because everyone that have done them, I've quite liked. I mean, Simply Better done them. Taylor from Simply Better did them, and actually quite liked hers. I don't think she's still got them anymore, but I did like them when she had them. Corey from Aquarium Co-op's done it in the past. Is it Towers of Tanks, I think his name is? Another YouTuber that I quite like. He's done something similar. So I want to kind of have my own go at it and kind of have a go doing it myself. I think when I've got the build outside, that's what I'll do. I think I'll go with the breeze block idea and like some nice plywood, nice timber wood, and just see how it goes and have a play around with it, really. But that's kind of the idea anyway. That's kind of what I want to do. But I'm always tweaking things. I really am. Let's have a little look. Ella's in here again. Not boring me. I bore the pants off you talking axolotls, let's be honest. Are they cheap? They're not too badly priced, actually. I love how you're keeping the chat alive, Ella. You're a superstar. They're actually not too badly priced. I think I paid about 40 quid. 30, 40 quid a unit, which isn't too bad considering. Like I said, they're not exactly ideal. I'm not going to lie and say they're brilliant. There is probably going to be better out there. But for what I do with them, it does work. The only thing I wouldn't suggest doing is putting too much weight on these ones here. Get away with it on these, to be honest. I've had bigger tanks on here, and they're okay, but I wouldn't put too much weight up here. Only because, again, this is only because of me. The company swears blind that it can hold the weight, but for me, with having wooden floors, I wouldn't really risk it, to be perfectly honest. Catherine Barber says, can you show with your hands how big a 2-week axolotl is? Because I'm just scared. Oh, it's gone again. It's disappeared again. What's going on? Let's have a little look. Oh, it's back now. Sorry, it's not me. It's the whole YouTube thing. Just a bit scared they're not growing. So they do vary. So they're not going to be huge at 2 weeks. What's concerning you? Are you concerned that they're not eating, or are you concerned that they're eating but don't seem to be growing? The chances are they probably are growing, but because you work with them every day, you're probably not noticing it. I notice it when I rotate things around, when I swap axolotls around in tubs and tanks. Then that's when I kind of notice how big they're actually getting. But just for generalisation, a 2-week-old axolotl won't be very big at all. You're probably looking... I'll do something weird with my finger now. Watch this. You're probably looking no bigger than that, to be honest. Where am I? About that big. Can you do that? Bit weird, isn't it, that one? I'm a bit funny boned in this old hand of mine. Oh, Bailey's in. How you doing? How you doing, Bailey? I hope you are doing well. I haven't spoken to you in a little minute. I hope you and the family are well. Maddie says, do you know why they're disappearing again? They're disappearing again. Do you know why there are tiny black worms in my axolotl's tank? Are you sure they're black? I don't mean to call you out if you're completely right here. You could be right. But if you get them out, do they look more of a white to grey in comparison? Because if that's the case, they're probably detritus worms, which basically eat out all the waste that kind of left into your tank. I've got them in this one, and although I can eliminate them down, I can never seem to shake it. All the rest of them are all good, just that one, and they're an absolute nightmare. The comments are disappearing. I don't quite know what's going on here, to be honest. But yeah, they could be a sign of detritus worms. I'm sorry, I can't read any comments for some reason. But it could be a case of detritus worms, because they do happen. They're completely harmless to your axolotl. They don't look very nice for us keepers, I've got to be honest. They look a bit of an eyesore, to be perfectly honest. But they do help keep the waste management down. The only problem with them is they're an absolute bugger to get rid of. And if I'm completely honest, you'll probably never completely get rid of them. You can buy detritus worm traps, which do work. But again, it's only a short-term fix for an ongoing problem, because they can produce like crazy. So yeah, it's a little bit of a nightmare, unfortunately. I'm trying to get these comments working again. They seem to be loading, but oldest to newest. I don't know what's going on. And then when I click on them to read them, they just disappear. So I do apologise. Hey, my axolotl doesn't poop in one piece. It's more like a powder and little particles. Is that normal? It depends on what they're eating, really. What are you currently feeding? Because if you feed them things like bloodworm and pellets, then yes, it's completely normal. If it's worms, earthworms, and they're doing that, it's probably a sign, as long as it isn't like constantly ongoing, because I don't mean to be gross here, but axolotls, when they poo, it's usually like a little compact little brick. Oh, nice, it's like no one's eating. Little tiny little squidgy kind of chocolate sausage. And then when you kind of go at them with your turkey baster or whatever you might be using, they usually go everywhere. But yes, great fun, isn't it? Talking about poo. Can you show us your babies, Frankie? I actually can't. The reason I can't is I've got my camera on a tripod, so I can't actually show you. My babies are all kept upstairs, so I can't actually show you the new babies as such. But they are going to be coming in next week's video. I've got a massive update coming of just what's been going on. Bailey says, we're all good over here, thank you. Hope you and the family are too. Yes, we're doing okay, thank you. We're definitely getting there. I'm glad you're doing well though too, Bailey. I spoke to your mum the other day. She gave me an update on your little one, who's not so little anymore, and it's quite amazing. I love updates. People always apologise. They always send me loads of pictures, and then they go, I'm ever so sorry for flooding your timeline. I'm like, don't ever apologise for sending axolotl pictures ever. I absolutely love them. Update videos and pictures and all that are always very much welcome. Oh, comments. They're buffering. I'm ever so sorry. The comments aren't working, people. I can only apologise. They seem to load, and when I click them, they disappear, and I can't quite work out what's going on. I think it might be my signal, to be honest, because I've been having a few issues with that as of late. So I think it's probably that rather than a YouTube error. Some are popping through, but if I click them or go close to look at them with my dodgy eyes, they seem to disappear. Alex B says, have you ever been interested in reptiles? I absolutely have. I used to actually breed royal pythons years ago. A very long time ago. I still have several snakes now, and I've got a bearded dragon down there, and I've also had leopard geckos as well. I had a massive fascination with them in my younger years. Someone said, oh, Ella, Tia is asleep again. Yeah, she's snoring her head off. Look, can you see her? She's so cute. She's so cute. Right, I think I'm going to wrap this one up because the comments aren't working very well. Someone says, it's quite late for me. I can't see who said it because it's not loading. It's 12:33 a.m. Get some sleep. Don't listen to me. Get yourself some sleep. Ella says, you did keep frogs. I had no luck with frogs. No luck at all. I had a Patman frog. It was sort of a rescue, to be honest, because I'd done my homework on them for a very long time. Always loved amphibians. And I bought one off Gumtree, which is the equivalent to, I think it's called Craigslist in the US. And the guy couldn't wait to get out of here. He literally dropped it at my door and ran off. And it weren't quite right for the age it was. It was doing some really weird things and unfortunately didn't live very long. It ate like a trooper, but it didn't live very long. And then I had a white, no, it didn't. What was the frog I had after that? I was going for a white tree frog, but I ended up changing my mind and going for something else. And I can't remember what sort of type it were. Oh, what was it? What was it? It was beautiful, whatever it was. And I spent a fortune, an absolute fortune on all the equipment. Bought it all from new to kind of keep this particular tree frog it was of some sort. I can't remember what it was called. What a donut. Anyway, I bought all the equipment. I saved my birthday money up and I put a lot of money towards it as well. Bought all new equipment and it literally lasted me about 2 months. And then literally out of nowhere one morning I went in to feed the little guy and he'd gone, just passed away. And I was really annoyed because when I do things, I get obsessed with things. If I do anything, I do it to my absolute best of my ability. And if I can't do it to my best of my ability, I won't do it. Just how I am. I've always been that way. and it really annoyed me because I had no answers as to why it didn't work out. People I went on this forum that I was using at the time, and they were just like, "Oh, it does happen, and I'm like, I need to know why it happened. I just don't want to know it just happens. I need to know. I need definitive answers, and I never got them. So I kind of decided to not go down the frog avenue ever again. As much as I love them, I've decided not to keep frogs myself, to be honest, apart from aquatic ones. I've got an African dwarf frog. Oh, fantastic. I do love frogs. I think maybe in the future I might try again, but I might go for something. Originally I wanted a, what were they called? Not the Pac-Man frog, pixie frog. That's what I was looking into originally. I'm sure there's more of a technical name for them, but I really wanted one of those. But for whatever reason at the time, they were really, really tricky to get hold of in the UK. I don't know why. So I ended up going to good old Gumtree, and it just didn't work out for me. We do have some in the garden. We do. We have a pond, don't we? That we attract. Well, quite the wildlife in our garden, to be honest. We've got hedgehogs, foxes, frogs. It's all going on. Good morning, says Wendy. How you doing? And we named the frogs Kermit and Miss Piggy. We did, and they're still there now, by the way, Ella. I've seen them this morning. Pretty amazing, isn't it? So anyway, I think we'll leave it there because my comments are a little bit ski-whiff. So just to reiterate, I'm back. I'm going to be back from next Monday. So from next Monday onwards, you can expect a podcast on Monday. If you haven't checked out the podcast yet, go and search for Frankie O'Reilly. It was called Frankie's Aquatics originally, but I've decided to change it to Frankie O'Reilly, which is me. And it's called the Out of Water Podcast. Search for it on all your podcast players. It should be out there. I know it's on iOS. I know it's on Spotify. I know it's on Anchor. And I'm pretty sure it's on Google Chromecast Player, whatever that's called. But go and look for that. But just be warned, it is not family friendly, unfortunately. It's just my little corner of the internet where I can swear and say silly things. So it isn't going to be for all viewers of this channel. This channel is always going to be very, very family friendly. No swearing. You can sit and watch it with your kids. You can sit and watch it with your grandkids. There'll be no swearing. It'll be entertaining, if anything. But I can't say the same for my podcast. So if you are of a mature audience and your ears are very well developed, you might go and check it out. But do be sure to search it, Out of Water Podcast, Frankie O'Reilly. So that's coming on Monday. There's going to be another episode of that on Monday. And then the following week, the Monday after, there's going to be a new YouTube video, which I'm currently working on as we speak. Really looking forward to getting back into the swing of it. I have no plans to have any more time off in the foreseeable unless something dramatic happens with these old things, these old marbles. But I'm having no time off that I've planned anyway. So I just want to say thank you all so much for stopping by and checking out this live stream. I hope you have enjoyed it. I'm going to leave it on the channel for probably a day or two before I delete it. And yeah, it's been lovely. What is this? I'm going to press buttons before I go, so I want to know what they do. So if I show you my wall. Oh, let's have a little look at here. What do these do? Ooh, colourful. Ooh. Oh dear. Yeah, something different. Yeah. I should have done the whole thing like this. Hello, how is everybody? Right, I'm going. I'm going, promise. Right, that'll do. That'll do for that one. Thank you all for jumping in. Love you all a lot. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you all next week. Toodly-doo.